Welcome to my church.
Wow. It's kind of intimidating to be in the presence of so many great athletes.
Good morning. My name is Nick. This is my little show I like to call Sunday Driver Rides. Thank you for joining me. It is appreciated. Today, we're going to build what I like to call a poor man's tonneau cover for a good old Ron. Where is he? Right there. So yeah, let's show you what I got and what I'm going to do. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I would like a tonneau cover for my truck here. All right, winter's gonna be here any minute, and then when the back of the bed gets full of snow and stuff, it's frustrating, you know. So I'd like to try to keep some snow out of here so I can continue to use this, and so it's functional over the winter. I got my toolbox, but I've already got it crammed full of stuff, and you know, it's just I need more room. So I need a tonneau cover, but with that toolbox there, nobody's gonna make a tonneau cover for a toolbox there. So how am I gonna do this? Well, as you can see, I got some 2x4s, and I got a nice heavy industrial duty tarp. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build it around the toolbox. I'm gonna take 2x4, I'm gonna run it, I think like this, on this side all the way down to the truck, the tailgate, and then run another 2x4 here. Then I'll have one in the middle and then the back, and you'll see. And then I'm just gonna fill this area, this on the back side of the toolbox and in the front, just with a piece of plywood. Same plywood I bought for this. So yeah, I lose a little, you know, if I'm gonna load like a 4-wheeler in here or something, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. So I think I'll still have plenty of room to do that. And it's not like the 4-wheelers I have are big. They're old and little and cheap. just like everything else, cheap. Just like Ron. So it'll work perfect for it. All right, enough talk, let's get moving. Fast forward a bit. This is what I've got going in my brain so far. Maybe you can see what I'm thinking, maybe not. So I've got that 2x4. I'm just gonna screw it right to that toolbox. I'll go from the inside out, right into the wood. I'll screw this down to this. I'll screw this to this. This is just to hang stuff up for now. Ignore that piece right here. And then I'll come up from underneath, screw, you know, from the bottom up. And I'll tie this all together. I don't know how I'm gonna screw this down to the bed. I'll figure that out later. And you can see I'm not a carpenter, so please keep the comments to a minimum, please. They're not the straightest cuts, but look at the truck. It fits it perfect. It fits it perfectly when you look at it that way. But I'll screw those two together, put a piece of plywood over there on top. Yeah, maybe you see now what I'm thinking, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So you can see this, if I cut this at a 45, and if I move this piece, see it did the same thing there. So what I'll just do is, I'll take this, or I'll take a piece of wood, and I'll screw it like that. So every time, to really latch it down, you gotta open up the tailgate, and then it should lock it all into place at that angle and all that fun stuff. And then I can just flip this up, roll up the tarp. You'll see. All right, in a nutshell, that's what it's gonna look like. I've got everything cut except for the plywood to go over this, and the plywood to go over that little gap there on the other side of the clamp between the wood and the toolbox there. But that's the essential framework of it. We'll see how it works. All right, so I've got the wood all in the garage now. I'm gonna stain it, seal it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna make it the same way I did the floor. But you know what? My FedEx or UPS driver, whatever, she stopped by and she said, she saw what I was doing, goes, that's awesome. Use a torch to burn the wood and then stain it. It'll make the grain look awesome and make it pop out. So let's try it just for fun. Why not, right? Here, gonna unlock it, that might help. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks cool. All right, why not? We'll burn some wood. That does look cool, I like that. All right, let's burn some wood and then stain this sucker. All right, it's the next day. This has all had a good chance to dry. After the stain dried, I hit it with that clear gloss enamel turbo. I do like that turbo can. It does spray out nice wide and get stuff done quick. But it does, look at it. I hit it with that torch to bring out the wood grain, and it does. I mean, look at it. I don't think I did underneath this one. Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference. Look at how light that is compared to that. It does. It shows the wood grain so much better. That's awesome looking. Anyway, let's this is obviously going to be down when no one will see it. So, but it looks awesome. It's a shame though. I know most of this is going to get covered up with a tarp, but oh well. It's still fun. Makes it look, ooh, so pretty. All right, enough talk. Let's get this on here. Okay, fast forward a bit. I got that board screwed into the toolbox. I just drilled holes and went from the inside out with some like lag screws or just screws, whatever you want to call it. And then I went in here. You can see all the screws. I know some bunch of them are sticking up. I just got it started in the sheet metal. So I've got to take this off and incorporate the tarp into it. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, here's what I got so far. I lined up that edge, those edges together, and then I took my staple gun and stapled it to that. So now what I'm going to do is wrap this over, and then I'll screw that down back into the truck, and it'll sandwich the tarp between the truck bed and that board. I'll show you. There. It's all screwed down. Now I'll flip my tarp back towards me and tighten it up, and I'm starting to figure out the other end. Oh yeah, first things first, I screwed that down. And I just used the same screws that I did on the toolbox one. Crooked. It ain't square. Dang it. That sucks. Oh, that sucks. Look at that. I need to square it up. I can't have that. Come on now. Just grab it, Nick. Look at that. It ain't square. Dang it. All right, there. Little adjustment. It looks the way I think it should look. All right. After adjusting it back and forth and whatnot, I think I've got it. I added my little cleat here to keep in place. And I also added this. I needed a landing. This kept sliding underneath because, you can see I got the angle going down there. So, show you what I got. Now, when I get this tucked just right, get it centered, it's kind of taut. Then I pull it this, make sure she's closed. Now, I can't open it. I gotta open up this. Come on, to do so, because this cleat, and look at that. She fits perfect those wedges. The only problem is that I'm already starting to wear here a little bit. So I'm gonna have to round these corners a bit. She's just a little sharp on this one too, on the board going across here. So, but hey, not half bad. Now I gotta cut off the excess, try to tuck it and make it not look crappy. Let's see how that goes, huh? All right, I'm just gonna take the grinder to this. All right, I'm just gonna cut it. I don't know if there's even a good way to do this. Yeah, let's just cut it, huh? Actually, the toolbox is kind of a nice guide. Oh, good. Oh, Nelly. Yeah, she'll do. Yeah, that ain't so horrid there. But, that ain't so pretty. Let's see if I can cut more of that off. All right, so now that it's kind of taut, I know what your next question is. This. What am I gonna do about this? The wind's gonna be blowing it, and stuff's gonna get in there. Yeah, you're right, stuff is. I'm just gonna do these. I've got 4 of these. I'm gonna put one on the side, like right there, one right there, and then I'll figure out how to do it on the other side too. And then I'm just gonna run the bungee across. I know, you might not like the looks of it, but look at the truck. It ain't perfect. This'll work just fine. All right, fast forward a bit. Look at how pretty that is. It's just so pretty. It's not, but I don't care. I don't have the right size bungee, so I did the old knot in it. But you know what? I think she'll work just fine. Yeah, look at that piece of modern technology. Perfect. Perfect! I love it. I love hillbilly made up stuff like this. Anyway, I need to finish our gaps here. So let's cut that and then get it installed. All right, it's next day. Fast forward a little bit. There it is, it's done. I stained the last couple pieces of wood yesterday and put it on this morning. I am overall pretty happy with it. Let's take a look. All right, there it is. Tonneau cover with a side box. Here's one of the last little pieces I had to stain and seal up last night. I ran out of that turbo spray that I used in the 2x4, so I just had some like, what is that, like polyurethane or whatever. So it's not as shiny, but you know what, that's all right. You know what's kind of nice about this? You know, I get my tools out of my toolbox, and then I got like a little workbench here. It's kind of nice. I like it. One problem though is I can't open up my toolbox all the way because of the piece of wood here. But I know it's also because I got big dents sticking out the side. If I straighten them out, bang them in, I bet you it'll open up all the way. So I'm not gonna worry about it. Worst part of it is this seal, and it's not really a seal at all, this seam, whatever you wanna call it. Yeah, but I knew this thing wasn't gonna be perfect and seal it up all the way. It's just mainly to keep most of the snow out and a good chunk of the rain. And then too, it's nice, just stuff won't blow out. You know, if I got like a tarp in here, I don't gotta worry about putting like a tire on it or something. So same with this. I think this'll hold. So, I mean, I've got it taut. I've got it nice and taut. So, and I do. Open this up. Then I can open this up. I can flip it forward like so. And, whoop, sorry, it's kind of hard to do one-handed. But, yeah, there. You can see once again how I angled it there, and then I angled it there. So when it goes down into it, see if I can do this with one hand. Put the camera on it. When I go into it, it goes like that, like so. And then this cleat that I put is held in. Whoop, I didn't get this side. This cleat, look at that, it's held in by the tailgate. So when I close it, ow! Oh, ooh, that's hard to do with one hand. I can't do it with one hand. Just trust me when I close it. The tailgate holds that cleat. Yeah, that hurt my thumb. The joys of owning an old truck. But I am, overall, pretty happy with it. Not bad for a tonneau cover on the cheap and having to make it work with the toolbox. I like it. Good job, Ron. All right, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. It is appreciated. If you could like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, boy, it'd be appreciated just so I can keep this train moving. So it helps me pay for little projects like this, well, and big projects too. So thanks again for watching. Take care.